Good evening. There has been a trend in recent years for Western democracies to look at the rapid rise of Chinese technology in our everyday lives with increasing suspicion. From worries about the Huawei telecoms giant integrating itself into our 5G network to deep concerns about how our data is used on the TikTok video sharing app. TikTok is the first truly global social media platform to be invented and controlled outside of Silicon Valley and is used by many Western politicians and security officials. Today, though, it was blocked across the UK parliamentary network and on Scottish government devices. And in the United States, where it has 150 million users, a total shutdown is being threatened. So, to try to allay the growing national security concerns over the company's links to Beijing, its chief executive came to Congress today. He insisted TikTok was committed to being kept free of government interference, but he had a hard time convincing the committee.
I got my head out the sunroof, I'm blasting my favorite tunes.
It is the go-to app for many teenagers around the world to post videos and share content.
Hi everyone, it's Show here.
But this week, TikTok's CEO put up his own message outlining the threat to the company amid concerns it's being used by the Chinese government as a surveillance tool.
Some politicians have started talking about banning TikTok.
Was it developed in China?
It's a global collaborative effort, like a lot of code for a lot of companies.
Was it developed
Shou
in China?
Chu spent almost 4 hours facing a barrage of questions from US politicians.
Yes or no?
Deployed in China.
Is it or is it not a Chinese company?
I'd like answers, yes or no.
Many centred on TikTok's Chinese parent company ByteDance and to what extent it was able to mine the data of TikTok users.
Congressman, I would appreciate this is a complex topic. Today, all data is stored by default.
No, it's not that complex. Yes or no, do they have access to user data?
After Project Texas is done, the answer is no.
So right now, until new US safeguards are put in, the answer seems to be yes. And then there was a visceral demonstration of the harmful content that can appear on TikTok, including videos about suicides.
Your technology is literally leading to death.
A point rammed home when it was pointed out a threat to the committee's chairwoman was still online and had been on TikTok for weeks.
And you expect us to believe that you are capable of maintaining the data security, privacy, and security of 150 million Americans, where you can't even protect the people in this room?
Mr. Chu was also challenged about the censorship of videos, which might be embarrassing to China.
Have any moderation tools been used to remove content on TikTok associated with the Uyghur genocide? Yes or no?
We do not remove that kind of content.
But Uyghur activist Baba Ilchi disagrees. His grandfather died after being detained in what he says was a Chinese prison camp. He thinks TikTok has repeatedly suppressed videos about the plight of Uyghurs.
And even to this day, they are unable to admit that this is something that is happening or that it's important and continually dance around it, saying that they can't take a stance. And I think that that is concerning and shows that there is probably some level of relationship between the Chinese government and TikTok executives that should be exposed and should be brought into the light.
Shou Chu, who is Singaporean, insists TikTok is not controlled by the Chinese and says it is listening.
Our approach has never been to dismiss or trivialize any of these concerns. We have addressed them with real action.
But today, as the committee concluded, it felt like TikTok was under pressure like never before.
Without objection, the committee is adjourned.
As countries around the world consider the risk it might pose.
And Dan is in Washington. Dan, it was a brutal grilling by the CEO of TikTok. And it's hard to escape the feeling that around the world, as you said in your report, governments are really taking a long, hard look about the future of TikTok.
Yeah, it feels like the momentum's going on only one way, Raggy. Here in the US, federal staff have been told to delete TikTok. A similar instruction has been given to government staff in Canada, in Taiwan, in Norway, in the EU. India has banned the app countrywide completely. And now today we've heard in the UK that parliamentary staff are also being told to delete it, and that's after ministers and civil servants in Britain have been told the same. So a lot of moves all around the world. Ian Duncan Smith, a prominent critic of China, says this all shows just how much the capabilities of this app really should concern everybody.
It is also a data harvester, and lots of that data can get used by the state, and they call upon TikTok to do so either directly or through other companies. So here's the key point that Westminster has finally realized, the government has finally realized, that this poses a genuine threat if they're able to take data from individuals, use their app as a tracker.
Well, across Washington, there seems to be a rare moment of unanimity here. It's an issue which has united both Republicans and Democrats. But look, TikTok is pointing out it's got a headquarters in LA and Singapore. It's got 3 Americans on its board and is insisting it's got this huge project, Project Texas, which it says will safeguard US user data. But there's a lot of skepticism here about that.